Hi Chris, talking tonight after Bank Holiday Monday stalemate, 0-0 against St Ives. They didn't really seem to wanting to gamble too much. I guess a draw was enough for them.
Yeah, it was exactly that, Neil. I think I listened to Ricky's post-match interview, and he said some kind words about the management staff, which I think is really nice, and I appreciate it, because I think maybe I listened to the Kettering interview after from sort of their management, and they didn't give the boys enough credit. I thought that we were excellent on Saturday, and maybe the final third let us down, but up until that, I thought we were much more of the aggressor in the fixture. And coming into this one, I felt that we probably had to be the aggressor again. Looked at their line-up, and they were big and physical, and they were happy to sit and wait and try and catch something on the break. And that's the psychology of the game coming into it. And I think the boys were front-footed, and they had a go, and I think maybe Damari's gone through. I think the pitch has let him down. He's trying to control it, and it's up around his knees and that. But I think the endeavour was there to try and break them down and try and not give the ball away in dangerous situations so they could counter. But unfortunately, we've probably come up short with obviously no goals, none conceded. I don't think Jamie did too much today.
Yeah, I think there was only probably one clear chance.
Yeah.
One of their players went through and just kind of weakly lobbed into Jamie's hands, and that's about it really. But I don't really think either side created a great deal.
No, and that's I think probably the difference. I think we tried. It's hard when you're sitting against a side that don't necessarily want to be broken down, you know. So I think if that's mid-season, maybe it's probably a little bit more expansive and open. But I get it. Like they needed a point, and they've got the point that probably sees them safe. And
yeah, and I know a number of them are sitting in there on their phones now,
watching,
refreshing Twitter and stuff like that, just to see where they are. And I mean, that's always the difficulty in it as well, being sort of like kicking off on an earlier kick-off.
Yeah. Listen, it is. It's nice that we're sort of, I guess, mid-table obscurity. It's nice that we haven't got to be sitting in there checking our phones, and I think it's nice that the lads can sit there and enjoy the last home game for the season. I think we've tried to give a good account of ourselves. I think when we sort of look back, we've done okay. I think my little lad's going to interrupt this, Neil.
Right.
Yeah, we've tried to do okay with it. And you all right?
Come join us.
You coming in? You all right? Yeah, I think we've tried to be the dominant side in that, but yeah, it was. I lost what we were saying, but you've interrupted it. But yeah, I'm pleased with the boys because they have tried to be positive, and we just didn't quite manage to break it down enough. Would have been nice if we'd have had the penalty at the end, but didn't want to give that for whatever reason. But it is what it is, mate.
And then next week, final game of the season away to Telford. Started their previous season. So kind of full circle.
Yeah, it would
be nice. Big long coach ride.
Yeah, that was my first ever game in management. So it was. It's nice that it's a nice place to go to. They've got obviously whatever happens today will dictate what they do next week. They've got something to play for. They'll probably be in a tricky situation of whether they go full strength and try and get home side advantage, whether that risks injuries or whether it doesn't. You know, so. The one thing we will know is it will be a nice journey on the way on, you know. So I think we can support that. By all accounts, there's a lot coming. We've all got to wear a silly hat, and I'm sorry, mate. I do need to shoot.
Be over soon.
Yeah, we can have a nice journey home and celebrate. Listen, we've stayed up. Where other teams have struggled to do that. And
careful, the paper might think you're happy with mid-table.
Yeah, Jesus. No, there's a lot to celebrate, whether that's the Averley result, the battles against Peterborough Sports, turning over some big teams here. There's a lot to be
and the number of clean sheets that we've had this season, which has been big improvement on previous years.
Yeah, I think that was 14th, 15th today. I can't remember off the top of my head, but. I think there's a lot, and as we've celebrated today, like with Josh sort of leaving, we can have a sort of final drink with him as well. Which is, I'm sad he's going. I get it, and he gets the full support, and he done it properly. Neil, he told me in sort of February time.
Yeah.
And it's why he hasn't played the last few, because we need to look at potential midfield three for next season, and I think the three have done excellently, but Josh is going to be a big miss.
And I'm sure he's going to be made up with the amount of kind words that have gone on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. So
it just shows to show you, like, he's only done 2 seasons, but he's obviously left a big impression. He's certainly, he's a big impression on me. Like, he's someone that I class as a friend, and I think we'll miss what he provides the side maybe a bit more than we sort of identify. But he was the first phone call. Well, Birchie was the first phone call I made. Not Birchie, Berkey. Sorry, it was the first phone call I made to let him know that I was going to talk to Josh. And I felt at that time we really needed some consistency in midfield, and I think he's done that across 2 years.
Yeah,
he's
without a shadow of a doubt.
never too high, never too low, and he's steadied the ship, and he's brought a professionalism to the dressing room
and a pair of shorts.
And mate, honestly, these shorts are so bad. But he's brought some professionalism to the dressing room that others are going to have to replace. So, wish him absolutely all the best in his career, and we have to go next year without him.
Nice one. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, Neil.